A good podcast requires a good beer. So that's why I always go to my go-to, Keystone Light. If I'm going to the store, I don't want to buy a 12-pack. I want to go for a legit 15-pack. When I go to a party, I don't take Rainier. I take Keystone Light. And you know what? It tastes so good, I'm going to have it right now. Cheers, folks. Yeah, there's a burp coming in. That's good.
This week's podcast brought to you by the Beefy Boys. Three cool dudes hanging out talking about music, video games, and sports, and anything else that hits our fancy.
Yeah, check them out at www.beefyboys.com or on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Yeah. If you love their logo, you can buy their merch, www.cafepress.com/beefyboysmerch1.
And oh, baby, you know you're going to find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Find us on Twitter at Beefy_boys. And you can find us on Instagram at official Beefy Boys, because it is official. Make us blue check marked, keep following us. And you can find us on Facebook at the Beefy Boys. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Beefy.
What's up, knuckleheads? Welcome to episode 107 of the Beefy Boys Bud Club. I'm Joe, and I'm joined here with Vito.
What up?
And Christian.
What up, yo? What's happening?
What's been going on, boys? Christian, we never got to rub it into your face, but nice showing against the Giants 2 weeks ago.
I think it's part of
in the biggest upset of the year.
Pete Carroll. Yeah, biggest upset of the year, biggest upset in the Pete Carroll era.
Damn.
But I have a theory.
I think the biggest upset in the Pete Carroll era is when you guys beat the Saints in the playoffs, but sure. But I hear you.
I'm saying I'm going to step into the office.
Go ahead. Look, football season's almost over. Basketball season's about to start. Isn't that crazy? Feels like it just ended.
Isn't it basketball like preseason right now?
The season starts on the 22nd.
Oh, shit. They're playing games right now, though, right?
Yeah, they're playing preseason games, yeah.
Yeah.
You been following this James Harden story at all, Christian?
About how, like, he's huge, or...
No, he wants out of Houston, and he's refusing to show up for training camp. And he keeps being photographed, like, out clubbing in all these different cities, like, every day. Apparently, it was revealed recently that, like, he has a lot of control over that team, like, way more than your average superstar. Like, okay, sure, LeBron has input on, like, personnel decisions, and it's pretty clear that, what's his name? Steve Nash got hired in Brooklyn because Kyrie and Durant wanted him. But James Harden takes this to another level. Like, he dictates their travel schedule based on where he wants to party. Like, if he likes to party in Atlanta, they're spending an extra night in Atlanta. Like, it's insane. Oh. Pretty much whatever he wants to do, the team has done for like a decade. Like, Russell Westbrook couldn't believe it. He's like, this is insane. Oh.
That's fucking crazy, man. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, it's been breaking news recently. It's like maybe the, quote, player empowerment, close quote, era has gone too far. It is a little insane, like, with 4 years left on your contract.
You're dictating fucking...
Yeah, I know.
You're dictating fucking travel schedules for a whole team.
Shit where they're like, I don't want to play for you anymore. Well, you signed a 4-year contract. There's 2 years left. Yeah, I don't want to play for you anymore. Trade me. But only trade me to these 4 teams. Those are the only teams I'll play for. It's like, I don't think you understand how contract works, man. You should have signed a shorter contract then. Like,
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. You're never going to convince me that the owners are right in any debate with, what's the word I'm looking for? Labor. Even if it's millionaire athletes, I don't care. Like 10 years ago, the athletes made 55% of the revenue. Now they make 51, and the owners are just taking more and more slice of the pie. You're never going to convince me the management's correct in these debates ever, right? But this is a little insane.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, college football playoff is set, and it's no different than it normally is.
Why is everyone so mad about Oregon being the Pac-12 champion?
I don't care about Oregon being Pac-12
Explain
champion.
why this
It's
is
like,
causing such a kerfuffle. What's wrong with the Pac-12 this year? Because I don't know, and I'm sure Vito doesn't know.
well, I mean, we had a 6-game season. The Huskies were technically the top team in the Pac-12 North, so they were going to go play, but they had too many players that couldn't play, so they said that they withdrawed from the Pac-12 championship and from any bowl games so that they can get healthy and start looking forward towards next season.
Mm-hmm.
And so Oregon took their spot, which is kind of weird because Colorado had a better record than them, but Oregon took their spot, and then they went and played USC and beat them, which no big deal. But yeah, they won the Pac-12 with like a 3-2 fucking record, and it's weird as fuck.
And now the Rose Bowl's not going to be in Pasadena. I saw that story this morning.
Yep, Rose Bowl's going to be in Texas.
That's just weird.
So yeah, the playoffs look no different. It's going to be Alabama versus Notre Dame, and then Clemson versus Ohio State. I'm kind of
So
shocked.
It's literally
that,
like the same teams as
it's the
last
same
year.
same fucking playoffs that
Yeah.
we've seen for the last 10 years.
So then what's the point? The whole point of this system was to be more fair. I don't think it is. Like, college football is fucked, man.
Yeah, it's wild.
I know you don't listen to other podcasts, Christian, but I was listening to Bill Simmons' podcast, and he had special guest Barack Obama on this week, and they were talking about how fucked college football is and what they can do to fix it. It was very interesting. And then the highlight of the episode, I know this isn't a political show, but Obama was asked, would you challenge Trump to a golf match where the loser has to leave the country forever? And Obama, in one of the greatest burns of all time, responded, who's keeping score? And I laughed so fucking hard.
I don't know. I don't
making
play
sure
golf,
he isn't
so
like,
I can't be challenging nobody to any golf games because I can't fucking play.
even if you can't, well, it is
There's
very
like a
much like a
specific way that-
rich white people sport.
How about Tiger Woods and his son, though?
I saw that his son is blowing up right now.
Yeah, dude, that was fucking nuts.
I didn't realize this until recently, but like the reason Tiger Woods was so successful early in his career is because he was like the only golfer who cared about physical fitness. So that's why everyone adapted, and everyone was like, all right, maybe we shouldn't all have pot bellies and be smoking cigarettes while we're playing golf if we want to compete with this kid. And they fixed it. Yeah. I was also listening to an interesting podcast about, do you know who Rick Barry is? Basketball player. Rick Barry? Anybody?
Yeah.
What he was famous for? Do you know what he was famous for?
What was he famous for?
He was played for the Warriors in like the 70s, way back in the day. And he is widely considered to be the best free throw shooter of all time. He would shoot his free throws underhand, like granny style. And this is like the one case of an innovation in sports where someone has proven there is a better way. Because like we said, he's the best free throw shooter of all time. He shot 94% one season. That's like insane. That's 19 out of 20 free throws go through. That's like ridiculous. Like anything above 85 is very good, you know? No one would adapt it because they were too worried they're going to look like a pussy. Like he called Shaq and was like, Shaq, I will teach you to shoot free throws like me. You'll be unstoppable. And Shaq said, no, I'll look like a jackass. Are you kidding me? Oh. This is like the only time in the history of professional sports where someone has proven there's a better way to do something and people just ignored it, you know? It's not like when they showed up with those like composite rackets in the 80s and everyone's still using wooden rackets in tennis. Like, no. No, man. Oh. It's just weird. It's just weird. I always make my NBA 2K pet characters shoot underhand. Always.
That's fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Buffalo Bills, AFC East Division champions.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Fucking legit.
Josh Allen might be the best quarterback from that quarterback class, although Lamar Jackson has something to say about that.
Yeah, I think Lamar Jackson. I mean, when I think of Lamar Jackson, I honestly, he does not throw the football very well. He is not a very good pass thrower, which is kind of weird. But, yeah. I mean, scramble game, give it all to him. Like, he owns that. But when it comes to throwing the football down the stretch, man, he's so inaccurate. And then, you know, he's finishing his games with, like, 100 rushing yards and then, like, 112 passing yards and, like, 2 interceptions. It's like, oof.
You know, the thing that bums me out most about this NFL season is, I think I said this the other day, but, like, the NFC East champion is going to be like 8-8 or 7-9, and that's so boring. I wanted like a historically terrible champion, but then like, you know, the fucking who was it, the Eagles or the Washington team had to go and beat the fucking Saints last weekend. The Giants beat the fucking Seahawks. Like, guys, you're supposed to lose all these games. Like, what are you doing? You're ruining the fun.
Yeah, dude, the fucking The Eagles beating the Saints last week, that was crazy.
Yeah. With fucking Jalen Hurts. Are you kidding me? Like, what's it going to do with that massive Carson Wentz contract?
Dude, my theory on the Giants game was the Seahawks tanked the game.
What, on purpose?
To get an easier playoff route.
I don't know. I think you're underestimating how good that Giants defense is. They can't score points with shit, but their defense is legit good.
That Giants defense is really good. There's no doubt about that. If the Seahawks would have won that game and one of the teams in the division were to lose, then they're still not getting that number 1 seed, and they're still going to have to play like LA first round of the playoffs, or they'll have to play the Saints, or they'll have to play, you know, Green Bay, whoever doesn't get that number 1 seed. They're looking to get that number 5 seed and just go play one of those NFC East teams. Pick up a little steam.
You don't think they're going to win the division? Who's going to win the division? The Rams?
The Rams are winning the division for sure, man. They're going to fucking swamp the Seahawks.
How many weeks are
they're going to swamp them?
3? 4?
2, 3.
Damn. Just plowing through, huh?
Yes, sir.
The Giants have some COVID outs this week. Danny Jones ain't starting this week, probably, so we might win because he's awful.
Colt 45, man.
I guess I gotta give props to fucking what's his name?
Colt McCoy?
No. Dave Gettleman, the GM, because like maybe he was right. Maybe they should not have taken Sam Darnold with the number 2 pick because he doesn't look very good. Of course, Saquon's been injured all year, so Danny Dimes was not the right choice, though. Also, they may have gotten the better deal out of that Odell Beckham trade at this point because Jabril Peppers is pretty legit, and that got another
Jabril
number
Peppers
1
is
pick,
fucking awesome.
and Odell hasn't played at all. So
No, Odell has been drastically terrible since he's been in Cleveland.
Well, we learned he likes to get pulled on, at least.
Man, that is fucking
Turn my camera
hilarious.
on for a second. I got a beer of the week segment for you. Picked this up at our old employer, the Metropolitan Market. I have from Peddler Brewing down in Ballard, the Horchata Cream Ale, which I was told by a friend of the show, Ryan Lee, is one of the most popular beers they should sell in that establishment. So, bottoms up, everybody. Oh, that's pretty good. It's weird.
Is it
That
good?
tastes like a horchata. Yeah. Tastes like a
Oh, that's
horchata beer.
really weird.
It's got the cinnamon and everything. How
Like
strong
somebody
is this
poured
thing?
horchata in a cup and then just poured like a Bud Light into it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. That's accurate. Don't tell Peddler that. So weird. The can is pretty cool. The can is pretty cool. So what else
Oh,
you guys
man.
been up to?
Fucking glad I dodged the bullet on Cyberpunk, man.
Oh my
I've
God.
heard about it a lot.
Yeah. Now, I was going to bring this up, but yeah. This whole situation is fucking insane. Like, all right. Again, I'm going to assume our listeners have a base knowledge of that, but for those who don't, aka my mom, I mean, it was in the fucking New York Times. It's been on mainstream news, but like, here's the situation. New video game comes out, been hyped forever, right? Going to be the best game ever. Comes out and it's bad. And it's not bad like a bad game is bad. It's bad like it's straight up broken. Like it's giving people epileptic seizures. They fixed that. But like it runs so poorly that people are reporting motion sickness because how jittery it is, right? And then the company that makes it just went through a series of misfires where first they're like, sorry about how it runs on consoles, LOL. And the people are like, well, you knew it ran bad because you hid it from us. Like, you didn't show it on consoles. You didn't even allow video game reviewers to record their own gameplay footage, which is really weird. We all just assumed it would run fine because you kept saying it ran fine. You were straight up lying. Like, you know. Then they're like,
Yeah.
go ahead and ask Sony and Microsoft for a refund. And Sony or Microsoft's like, hold up, bro. Don't do that. We don't give refunds like that. You can't just tell people to get refunds from us. And then, in the wildest move of all, Sony straight up pulled the game from their digital storefront, which happens never, right? The only reason the game ever gets pulled from a digital storefront is for unlicensed use of copyrighted music or something like that. Or because it's secretly mining Bitcoin. Never for a situation like this, ever. And now they're giving no questions asked refunds. It's fucking insane. That's my recap of what happened this week. And it's crazy. And I feel bad because, like, on my PS5, honestly, it runs fine. It runs better than Skyrim ran on the PS3. It crashes a lot, like every 90 minutes or so, but then you just boot it right back up. I've never had it hard lock my system, which Skyrim used to do to my PS3 all the time. It'll just crash to the home screen and I have to boot it back up. And it's good. The game is good. Like, it's basically Cyberpunk Fallout, except the storyline is actually interesting. I don't know how in the world they built all these characters in this open world who you care about and have intriguing plot lines, but so it is, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, I just find it weird that, you know, it came out with so many issues. I understand the idea of them being like rushed in the end there, but with 8 years in development, it's pretty hard to have an excuse. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the whole details of what happened, like if anybody major to the team left in the meantime, or if they had to switch companies, or if they got bought out, or any of that other bullshit.
I mean,
I don't know
the 8
any of
years
that
in
shit.
development thing is a bit of a red herring because, like, yes, it was announced 8 years ago, but the team was focusing on The Witcher for most of that, you know? So it's more like 4 years in development. And also, like, there was a call between, so it's a little confusing because the publisher is CD Projekt and the developer is CD Projekt Red. So, like, you know, that's confusing as fuck. But the developer was very upset. They're asking all sorts of questions that they're not getting straight answers to, like, why did you tell everyone the game was fully playable in January when that was a straight up lie? It was not. Yeah. And they're like, sorry, we take responsibility for that. And the guy's like, that's not an answer. Like,
yeah, yikes.
Then it came out they were forcing them to crunch with like mandatory 6-day work weeks for 4 months before launch. And the other question that I have a good answer is, how can you make a game that's primarily about how terrible corporate exploitation is while exploiting all your employees like this? Oh, man.
That's fucking hilarious.
It's just a series of just bad business decisions, honestly. And like, the thing part of me is like, everyone needs to calm the fuck down, because like, I firmly believe, like, they're a corporation. Of course they're going to lie to you. They want you to buy your fucking thing. You as a consumer need to act in your best interest. And all of this could have been solved if you waited a week to see what other people had to say about the game before you bought it. They had 8 million digital pre-orders. They turned a profit before anyone played the game. All right.
That's fucking insane.
Like, yeah. So the thing is, the system worked. And, you know, they might have to give back all this money. So this might be the reckoning on those kinds of business practices that we've been dealing with for years. But, like, every game launches with bugs now, you know? Like, I was playing Assassin's Creed for 100 hours, and now I'm stuck because there's a progression bug in one of the quests that's just not fixed, and I don't even know if it can be patched. Like, every game launches in this broken state because they know they can patch it out, and they know the video game audience will get so hyped up they'll buy it before they see it. So, like, I don't know, man. And, like, the other thing is, like, why are the refund policies so ridiculously restrictive on the digital storefronts, you know? Like, Sony's refund policy, people didn't realize this until recently, but as it's written right now, if you've downloaded the game, you can't get a refund. Are you kidding? Like, that's insane. Like, we need better refund policies, but
to be fair, it's been like that for a while for a lot of games.
Yeah, but on Steam at least you can get a refund. I believe it's 2 weeks or 2 hours played or something like that. You know, that's better than if you've downloaded the fucking thing. You know,
I remember Steam even did that a while back.
Yeah, I know, but they've gotten better recently, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, and like, I'm not saying it's an excuse or anything. I'm just saying, like, it's kind of. Gaming industry has always been kind of horrible from a business perspective.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah. But that's the thing. Like, corporations are always going to push the boundaries, man. Every time. That's why regulation is so important. But, like, you need to be a smarter consumer. Like, if you don't want them to release these broken, buggy-ass games where you feel you're straight up lied to in the marketing, stop pre-ordering them. Like, just stop. If you know, if they release a buggy ass game, no one pre buys it, and then they get total flack for it being completely unplayable at launch, they're gonna stop doing that. Like, you know.
Yeah. Pre-orders are a fucking sham.
Yeah, especially digital and I'm part of the problem because I did also digitally pre-order it. I fell victim to the marketing in the last possible second, but honestly, it runs fine on my PS5. Really, the only issue is it running on base consoles, because apparently on the Pro and the One X, it runs okay, but it's like the Xbox One and the base PS4, which they should have just canceled those versions, man. I mean, that hardware is 7 years old and it wasn't cutting edge at the time. Like, you're not going to be able to do the stuff you want to do, you know?
Yeah.
And I do want to say, well, I mentioned this previously, but their marketing and PR team is really embracing the capital G gamers and, you know, the worst parts of the internet, which annoys me. But I've seen a lot of these petitions. Like, well, first of all, people are, of course, you know, the gamers are the worst people on the internet, so they're sending death threats to, like, the developers for some reason. Like, guys, do you not understand this business relationship? The people who make the artwork aren't the ones who promise you shit that's not there and then force the release out before it's ready, all right? Like, get mad at the corporation in charge, not the people who made the fucking thing. And then I keep seeing these lists of, like, features we were promised that weren't delivered. To that point, I'm like, bro, every developer wants to put every cool thing ever in their game, and then you got to start just cutting features, all right? So that's just the way creation works. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I know I'm in it. Oh, go ahead.
I'm actually pretty proud of my boycott of my Madden boycott.
Yeah.
Pretty proud of it, man. Every time I go in to play Madden 20, they like hit me with an update, and they're just like, they're like, hey, by the way, you can pick up Madden 21 for 75% off right now. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, you are not going to fucking fool me into doing this.
Yeah.
Dude, I've stayed true. I've stayed proud. And I'm stuck to my boycott, man. I'm happy. Yeah. I might even boycott 22, you know, Madden 22, if they don't fix anything, which they're not gonna because they're fucking EA.
Well, it's going to be even worse because they're transitioning to a new console, so they're going to cut features like they always do, and then slowly add them back in like they're new. You know?
Yep. Oh, look at this brand new franchise mode.
Finally, for the first time, you can be a pro. Just play as the quarterback. 20-year-old feature, man. Look what he's talking about.
Yep. Brand new. You can be quarterback 1. Do you have what it takes to be Super Bowl champion? It's like, yeah, man, we fucking won like 12 Super Bowls with one quarterback already. It's like, we've done this before. Get the fuck out of my face with this bullshit.
I mean, they're never going to do this because it just makes them so much money. But honestly, the best move for all, especially for Madden, which is like Madden, NBA 2K, any of those sports games, is launch it as a fucking platform. So you pay $60, you're in the Madden ecosystem, and then you just have to pay for roster updates every year, like $10, right?
Yep.
You could even charge like $5 a month as a service. That'll make you $60 a year, and I guarantee you all those kids will pay it. I mean...
Yep. Yeah. I mean, if
never,
they just say what it is,
do that, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's just such a shining spot on their quarterly financials right there every year. It makes them so much money. So
yeah,
shocking. Corporations getting in the way of smart consumer and art-based decisions. Shocking. Constant.
Oh, yeah, man.
Despite all that, Cyberpunk 7 minutes till kickoff. Cyberpunk.
It looks awesome.
So fucking good. Oh my god.
It looks very good.
I've we talked a little bit about it last week, but I played it more. I'm like 40 hours in now, and I'm thinking of kind of mainlining the story at this point because my guy is so overpowered, it's absurd. I focus primarily on the quick hacks, which are like spells, which means at this point, like, I can hack someone. So I have like a ridiculously large mana pool and it regenerates crazy fast. I have this hack called Contagion that gives them a virus and quickly spreads to everyone else and then causes damage over time. So what'll happen is like I'll target one guy, I'll infect him with the spell. It'll spread to all his people and then spread back. So like I kill 5 guys in 1 second when they don't even see me. So it's like, oh, I don't even ever have to fire a gun. It's just like, you're infected. Boom. Yeah. I have another one that just turns them into like, well, not allies necessarily, but they attack their friends. So, and that one will also spread. So there you go. Oh, and I can do this from cameras as well. So I can hack a security camera, just walk through all the cameras and just start turning people to my side, and then I don't got to do anything. So it's like, damn. Oh. But you can play in all sorts of ways. I also got this cool upgrade where I have like a wire that comes out of my wrist that I can use like a whip. So I can just use that as a melee weapon.
It looks like a fun game.
I mean,
I'm just not going to buy it until I get fucking new gen console.
Yeah. I mean, they say they're going to launch a huge patch on the 21st, and then there's supposed to be one in January and February, but I don't know, man. This is a disaster. Like, how are they going to have a patch ready on the 21st and in January if they're not going to crunch their employees anymore and they're going to give them a decent holiday break? Like,
they're crunching their boys right now. You know that.
I know. It's
costing them money, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's about 4 minutes till kickoff, so I probably should fucking take off. But
well, before you run, we have at least one last topic I want your opinion on. I don't know if you've listened to last week. I'm going to assume not. But have you heard of what I'm dubbing the Avenge-Joes initiative?
What is this?
I am on a mission. My quest is to watch every Marvel MCU movie before the new year, which means about one per day. Last week I had made it up to Avengers 1, and today I just started Ant-Man, so I got all the way through Phase 2 last week. So, quick review of MCU Phase 2, and I want your opinions as I look it up. First up was Iron Man 3, total garbage. That movie's trash. Garbage. That movie's awful. Garbage. I thought that was going to be the worst movie of all until I started the next movie, which is Thor Dark World, which is even worse. How did they make a movie that was so fucking boring? Just how?
Yep. Garbage.
All right, I got to look up I want to make sure I get these in order. So Thor Dark World threw me off my game because like the goal is to watch one per day, and that movie was so boring it took me 2 days to watch. But the next movie I watched in one sitting, which was of course Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Yeah, one of the best movies.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like Bucky Barnes. Although, and again, I don't want to come off as a misogynist, but I don't know what they did to Scarlett Johansson's hair and makeup in that movie, but she just looks weird. It's off-putting because she's a very beautiful woman, but in that movie, she just looks sunburned. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
Interesting.
It's weird.
I never noticed.
Yeah, she's in that movie a lot. All right, after that is my favorite of all the Marvel movies, Guardians of the Galaxy. Still holds up. Still legitimately a funny movie. Also, Chris Pratt is ripped in that movie, which is so funny because like I watch a lot of Parks and Rec. Like, is this the same guy? Jesus.
Yeah, dude, he's fucking yoked.
Too fun. I forgot John C. Reilly's in that movie too. It's like randomly. Okay. I also forgot, like on this rewatch, like they talk a lot about Infinity Stones way sooner than I thought they did. Like, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like Thanos is showing up, although I think they keep switching his actor because I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah,
but,
I think so.
No, he's been the same actor. It's just he was like horribly CGI'd before like the big like Avengers movies. You know, he was like terribly CGI'd.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense they wouldn't spend a lot of money on like a 2-second scene.
Yeah, he looked like fucking Grimace, man.
After that was Age of Ultron, which I really hated that movie the first time I watched it. Second watch through, not terrible. Not terrible.
Not bad.
The Black Widow.
Not amazing.
Well, the second it's real boring. From the moment they go to Hawkeye's ranch onward, it's just like, all right, can we speed this up? I'm very bored. And the Black Widow Hulk romance literally seems to come out of nowhere. But, okay. Sure.
Fuck.
Sure. I also was making fun of it.
And then you got Wanda, who's got the hardcore accent and then loses it.
Yeah, I was telling Ara, I'm like, I'm so glad they had her just drop this terrible accent. It's like, it really seems to change in every scene. I'm like, yeah, and sometimes it's there and it's not. This like fake pseudo-Soviet accent. Yeah. And what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, I'm sad they killed Pietro because he was really fun, but Quicksilver there. But that and, oh, God, what the hell was I about to say? I can't remember. Well, whatever. Not important. Oh,
didn't
fact that Tony...
fucking kill him? Didn't they fucking kill him because they were like, we're going to merge with the X-Men?
Oh,
and they
maybe. And I forgot about that. They both had Quicksilver at the same time.
Yeah, so they were like, oh, fuck, well, we have to kill our fucking Quicksilver. So they killed him by, like, getting shot in the fucking stomach or something, like 12 times. But, yeah.
There was a couple...
universe for you.
Oh, yeah, the thing I was pointing out to Ara, because we watched this movie together, it's like the first one she said all the way through. Well, first of all, up until that movie, everyone kind of makes sense in like a science fiction kind of way. But then Wanda is just, Scarlet Witch is just straight up a witch. Like, she's just a witch. Like, okay. That seems to come out of nowhere. Also, there's a scene right before they go to Sokovia to stop it from becoming a meteor bomb or whatever, where they're like, all right, time to suit up. And they have Elizabeth Olsen, when they know they're going into battle, put on like a flowing low-cut dress. And I'm like, this really isn't a good battle outfit. Like, your boobs are falling out, and there's a lot of shots of your thigh for no... Maybe you should have just put on pantsuit, maybe Scarlett Johansson can give her one of your bodysuits with the weird blue LEDs for some reason.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That was the other least realistic part of the movie, is that Scarlett Johansson is supposed to be like this badass super spy who just lets her hair down the whole time. Like, she would have a ponytail at the least. Like, I pull my hair back to eat lunch. There's no way you're going to go kick ass without pulling your hair back.
That's probably why she cut it all off, man.
Well, I suppose.
Oh my God, my fucking cable is giving me fucking troubles again. God damn it.
I'm hoping to get through Ant-Man today, and if I can get through Ant-Man and Civil War today, I'll be back on track to finish by the new year. All 23
Dude,
movies.
Ant-Man's legit.
I've never seen it before. It's pretty fun.
It's a fucking legit one.
Although I didn't realize how important ants were. I thought he was called Ant-Man because he could shrink. I didn't realize he also had the power of ant control.
He does, yeah. Fucking controls ants.
Weird.
Oh, Jesus, man. My fucking knees are in like the most fucking pain I've been in. I feel like an old man right now, dude.
You are? You're becoming an old man,
Oh no, I'm wearing a bathrobe with no shorts on. Fucking balls hanging out.
I don't have a full outfit on.
I'm not even tied up, man.
I even left the house yesterday, man.
I'm full frontal right now.
There you go. I went to the eye doctor yesterday. I got a new prescription. Yeah.
Oh fuck, man. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Redskins and Seahawks just took the field. Dwayne Haskins is the quarterback. Oof. That's good.
Oh man. Yeah, I also
that is good for me.
Kept saying the Giants should definitely draft Haskins over Daniel Jones, and I still stand by that, but Haskins was not good. Neither is Daniel Jones, but
Ooh, that looked like a face mask.
All right, I'll let you go. Watch football there.
What else is in Phase 2? What's the last movie
Ant-Man.
of Phase 2?
Ant-Man's the last one, and then we start Phase 3 with Civil War. Phase 3 is the longest by far, because the Phase 1 and Phase 2 both have 6 movies, and Phase 3 has 11. Really should have turned it into 2 parts. Yeah.
11 movies?
Yeah,
What
Captain
the fuck?
America, Doctor Strange, Guardians 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Endgame, and Far From Home. Those are all Phase 3.
Oh man, that's a big phase, and that's a good stretch of movies though.
I've seen most of these. I haven't seen Homecoming. I haven't seen any of the Spider-Man movies really. I haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Homecoming is awesome because of Michael Keaton. He's like one of the best parts about
he plays
that.
Vulture, right? Vulture.
Yeah.
I know Vulture from the video game.
Well, fellas, it's been fun talking to you guys this morning. Seahawks just caused a 3-and-out, so I'm pretty amped about that.
There you go.
But I miss you guys. Washington football team is looking pretty good. And we'll talk next Sunday. Oh, wait. Fuck. Next Sunday, I'm going to be out for 2 weeks.
Oh, no.
I know. I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
Once you stop
maybe
recording.
we can figure out something midweek next week. I don't know when you guys have to work or not, but the 23rd is my last day. So
Yeah, 24th is mine.
You have to work on Christmas Eve?
Yes, boss.
I got to come to the bank. I really got to get this done. Then Chris got to deposit a check, man.
Dude, you'd be surprised.
Oh yeah,
You would be surprised.
You tell me all the time. I told you the last time I stepped in a bank was to deposit the check for my dad's life insurance for like $33K. Anything else I do on my phone. And even then, I tried to do it at the ATM, and the ATM was like, "Fuck you! I'm not depositing this check." I'm like, okay, fine, that's fair.
Yeah, too big of a check.
Yeah.
But all right, fellas. Well, are you done recording? Did you stop recording?
No, but we can cut here, I guess. A little shorty. This has been episode 107 of the Beefy Boys Bud Club, and we'll see you knuckleheads next week, probably. Who knows?
I do.